That is a very big challenge, is to keep your name in front of people, because as you start to grow, you forget, oh, this person mentioned that they're going to give me a referral, and you just get so busy doing so many other things that I really like. That I love the platform, actually. I would have to say personally, I'm kind of in the industry called a grinder. I get bored really easily, and my husband, because we run the agency together, he's the one that you had mentioned that likes to go golfing every day. He just lets his wife stay in the office and work myself to the bone. But so I have a little bit of a different perspective, because I have been around people that, exactly how you mentioned, they just kind of sit on it, right? But I think that there's something to be said for, one, having the right team and having the right platforms. If you're going to continue that mentality of just being a little bit complacent because the money is rolling in, at some point, like COVID, you're going to be highly impacted. I don't see that really as affecting me, because I work all day, every day, and I'm not designed that way. But I can see how, having ReferMe IQ could have saved them during COVID. And there's a lot of insurance agents, because it's such a high turnover, that actually had to quit because they weren't good on the phone. Where I think, had they had ReferMe IQ, you could have maybe changed some of the messages to be, hey, I know it's COVID, or, because your messaging format really allows it to be editable, you could have had a better, a better transition into crazy times like COVID. Get something that makes your life easier so that you can focus, right? Because we're pulled so many different directions. But mine is a little more passive approach, but I do go in and edit it. So the other thing I also wanted to mention while we're talking about that is, a lot of my clients think it's coming from me directly. They will respond and say, hey, I'd love to hear from you, just checking in, even though I send them emails. I still check on them consistently. It's like, well, I just checked on you, 3 weeks ago before you received the ReferMe IQ, but you're still thinking, hey, as a follow-up, I know, so I'm still visible. And that's the other thing I like, is they really think that I just go in there and type all the data myself, which I'm not taking credit for. So my husband just recently left his job to help us with auto and home insurance. And so I had on ReferMe IQ separated everybody out. And I think that was making my job a little bit harder, because I didn't want all my Medicare information if I went in and personalized to go to the car and auto people. But I do like the fact that this year, specifically when I was working with Susan, I kind of went through and just put everybody in the same. So I love that you guys did that, and it's generic enough to where you can hit all of clients, but you don't lose that personal aspect feeling. So to be quite honest, I haven't gone into every single message and looked at it yet, but I do like the fact that you guys incorporated quizzes and some movie clips, and the movie clip was short enough for me to still be entertained. So I think if you can just continue, the variety, that's really helpful, because people don't get bored. But honestly, I've been really, really happy with it. And like I said, I recommend it. I actually received an email from one of our hierarchy companies, the company that controls all our contracts to these different carriers. And he asked me for my feedback. And I said, to be quite honest, Greg, I would tell all of your agents to sign up for ReferMe IQ. It makes your job so much easier. So I don't have really right out of the gate any big things to add. Maybe later in the year I might, but no, I'm actually super happy.